Hey you guys, welcome back to Smiley Said It. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City. Let's talk about how bad of a friend that Carrie is. Carrie is really a shitty friend, and I didn't realize this until I've gotten older. Now, I know a lot of us can come to the consensus that Carrie isn't really the best friend, but I also want to give my take on it. So, I didn't watch the series in its like full completion until about 7 years ago on the plane. I forgot where I was going. I think I was flying to Japan at the time when I started watching the show. But Sex and the City was a show that I knew was on HBO. Growing up, I knew about it. In my 20s, I thought I related more to Carrie. The first few seasons, I was like, okay, I'm going to give Carrie a break. I'm going to give Carrie the break that she might deserve. I also feel like she was being naive, but I'm like, we're all naive in our 20s, right? And a little bit in our early 30s until I got to my 30s and I'm like, hold on, you're too old to be this fucking delusional, all right? And I started to find myself being more like Miranda because she was more of the emotional, regulated person. She was very stern. I'm a very stern person as well. I don't really have much tolerance for immaturity. Miranda is a lawyer. It makes sense why she is straightforward and like straight to the point the way that I am. My father always said, you should have been an attorney. You could have been a great attorney. And I'm like, well, what money? You know, it costs money to go to law school. Like, and also, if I would have had like the right support system, I would have probably went to law school. I would have probably majored in criminal justice. Shit happens, right? So I don't really care for Carrie and how she treated her friends. Carrie is very self-centered. She is very selfish. She's pretty male-centered, I would like to say. Even though Big was mostly her main focus during the entire show, there were times where if it wasn't Big, it would have been someone else. Even Aiden. She was delusional when it came to Aiden a little bit too. But nevertheless, let's talk about Big and Carrie's relationship dynamic. I knew that Big was not really into Carrie the way that she was into him. And one thing that I know for sure and for certain, if a woman is more interested in a man, you're already out of luck, girl. When women are more interested in men, it really never turns out well. Sorry. I'm not saying the man has to be more interested in the woman. It should just be mutual. If it's not mutual, I don't understand what the point is. Because Carrie was chasing Big all around New York City, all right? Even when he was with Natasha, his ex-wife. And Carrie having the friend group that she had and them being tired of her mess was telling, okay? It was very telling. There's a lot of episodes that I can talk about when it comes to Sex and the City, but the dynamic between Miranda and Carrie is very relatable to me and very familiar. To be honest, I believe I was both of them at one point in my life. I'm more Miranda now. Carrie was more of the naive, why can't I just be in my 20s and be naive and make mistakes? First of all, Carrie made a living off of talking about relationships. I feel like she had privilege where living in New York City is the stage play itself. New York City is the actual setting to be in these like complicated situations because you have it as a background. The city never sleeps, meaning people don't sleep, meaning people have all this access to do different things. And Carrie was hot, you know, Carrie had it going on. She had an amazing closet, an amazing wardrobe, amazing body, beautiful hair, cute face, you know, and she still was chasing Big out of all people of New York City around, and I just didn't understand it. Even when he got with Natasha, Carrie didn't consider to be the other woman. She was like, I'm not the other woman. When Charlotte told her, I don't approve what the fuck you're doing when it comes to you and Big. When Big was having an affair with Carrie while he was married to Natasha, ooh, rough time for Carrie. Being the other woman to a man that's married that you once actually had some type of relationship with is very awkward because that is desperation, sweetheart. Like sneaking in a hotel with a man that's married that you know is married and you're like, there's a force and I can't control it. I can't control it. Carrie made it seem like she was a crackhead. I'm sorry.
It was a force bigger than me, like Niagara Falls or something, you know?
No, I don't know. He's married.
I know he's married.
That makes you the other woman. You're the other woman.
I am not the other woman. I'm not. I mean, I know I am, but I am not that woman. Please, Charlotte. I feel bad enough already.
Good.
Carrie was a crackhead for Big. She was. It was like, no matter what anyone told her, even if her friends made logical sense as to what she was doing was wrong and that she's gonna hurt herself in the end, all Carrie was doing was self-sabotage. Her friends were like, if you keep this up, we don't want to hear much about it. And she was whiny. Miranda made a point. She's like, I'm tired of hearing you crying. I'm tired of you coming back and complaining to us that Big is mistreating you. But when we give you advice, you call us haters. You said we don't understand.
He's upset about Natasha leaving.
Okay, you know what? I'm not holding your hand through this again.
I'm not asking you to hold my anything. We're just having lunch.
It's a huge mistake.
It is not a huge mistake. It's lunch.
Wake up, Carrie. How many more times are you gonna go through this? He is bad for you.
Carrie made it seem like her and Big were the only unique couple in New York fucking city. Carrie made it seem like Big was all big and mighty. He wasn't. When Carrie and Miranda were shopping, Carrie told Miranda, I'm meeting Big for lunch. And Miranda didn't like it, as she shouldn't have. This is when Miranda was like, you know what? I'm going to put my boundary down as a friend and tell you, I'm not going to hold your hand if he breaks your heart again. Carrie's like, you're not going to have to hold my hand because I'm just meeting up with him for lunch. It's not that big of a deal. And he wants to talk to me about the breakup with Natasha leaving him. Why would anybody meet with their ex for lunch to talk about a breakup that just happened, even though you are literally waiting for your turn? Carrie was waiting for a turn. Carrie was desperate. All right. There's a lot of beautiful women in the world that are desperate for men that don't deserve them. I was one of them. I was one of the women that was like, you know what? I deserve better. But for some reason, it's the sunk cost fallacy. It's the familiarity. And I understand that because Carrie wanted more out of Big, but she also knew that Big was not going to give it to her. But for some reason, she kept chasing that feeling, whenever they were together. And it was good. But it was only good for temporarily. She couldn't separate her feelings from what Big wanted from her. A lot of women go through that. When Miranda told Carrie this is going to be a big mistake, and Carrie's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Even though later down the line, Big stands her up at their own wedding. It doesn't get worse than being stood up at your own wedding. When Miranda told Carrie that she's willing to go back for more, and Carrie's like, no, I'm not. Well, I'm not going back for more. Then why are you having lunch with him? Even like in my 20s, I've never taken back an ex. Even in my 20s, I didn't understand what Carrie was looking for. And trying to push someone to see you or see you for who you are and what your desires are, if they don't like you the way that you feel fulfilled and the way that you feel respected and in the way that you feel like, oh, this person is showing up for me, the way that I'm showing up for them, if they're not doing that, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Carrie begged Big to look at her as an equal, to make a commitment. You should never fucking beg somebody to make a commitment. You're not going to beg your boss to give you the right pay that you deserve. You're just going to quit and find a better job, right? That's how you should treat relationships. You shouldn't be begging people to respect you. You shouldn't be begging people to hear you out or to see you.
It's not realistic. It's just not realistic.
You got a banging ass closet. You live in New York City and you're over here begging a man. But when you want to pull away, that's when he wants to chase you and you fall for it. The chasing game shit is old. Like once you get to a certain age, ain't nobody got time to be chasing and running around and trying to figure shit out. Who has time for that? If I lived in New York City, there's no way that I would have time to be chasing a man around. I would just be like, oh, he's not interested. On to the next one. Oh, he's not interested. On to the next one. Oh, he's not. You're supposed to be dating, not being stuck begging a man to respect you, begging a man to communicate with you that he is moving to Paris and didn't tell you. What I didn't like about Carrie when she threw Steve in the face of Miranda, when she was like, oh, you're so judgmental. See, not everybody's strong like you. We make mistakes. People make mistakes. No. What Carrie did during all of those seasons over the years is not called a mistake. Those are terrible choices. In the beginning, the first or two times, maybe that was like a little mistake. Yeah, I misjudged, my insecurities are popping up. I get it. We're all human beings. I get it. But Carrie would never hold herself accountable. And when people did, she would literally act like a child. That's what pissed me off about Carrie. She literally acted like a high schooler where you would have people that cared about her being like, hey, tapping her on the shoulder, like, you're making the wrong mistake, girl. Don't do this. Don't do this. And she's like, why not? I don't understand. You guys just don't get me. Why? Why? I don't understand. Big, he knows me. I don't understand why you guys just don't get it. I just don't understand. Carrie acted like she was a fucking immature child at times. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl?
Wake the hell up!
What is wrong with this girl? Like, she literally acted like she just didn't understand when Big and Natasha got married. And when she went over to their home, that's when I was like, you done lost the plot, girl. You done lost the plot. You opening up this lady's fridge and eating her food. And when she comes home and you're in your bra and you just all comfy in her crib, eating her leftover Chinese food and shit. Okay. And why did Big leave Carrie behind at the crib anyways? Like, when Big left the crib, she should have left too with him. Like, why you have your side piece staying like it's her crib too, knowing you got a wife that may come home anytime? That episode blew me. When Natasha was chasing her down the stairs and she fell flat on her face and broke her teeth and busted her mouth, I was like, Carrie ain't shit. Watching Sex in the City and witnessing Carrie be a crash out over Big every freaking time, it got old. Even like when the girls sat her down, we're tired of you talking about Big. Okay, like, enough is enough. You need to go talk to a therapist. And Carrie's like, well, that's what girlfriends are for. I don't understand. Why would I need to go see a shrink?
What?
All right, who's gonna tell her?
What?
Honey, you're obsessed with talking about Big, and frankly, we can't take it anymore.
It's out of our league. What is this, an intervention?
Yes, stop her before she obsesses again.
Isn't part of the whole breaking up process that you get free reign to whine to your friends?
Of course you do. But maybe you should think about whining to a shrink.
Why should I pay someone when we can talk for free and then go get a drink or whatever?
When I have you girls to talk to, why would I pay for a therapist, a professional that can actually give me advice that's not biased or anything like that, but just going to give me the real? And you're like, no, I can just go to my friends and put all my baggage, my emotional baggage on them about a man that they know don't deserve me. As a woman, if you want to make your own choices, do whatever you want. If you want to date an ain't shit man that don't respect you, go ahead. But you don't have the right to go to your friends and dump all of your situation with that man onto them. Why the fuck should they be subjugated to any of that? Now that I'm in my 30s, none of my girlfriends, none of them will come to me about dating, especially a man that I don't even fucking like, and just be like, oh, he broke up with me. Oh, he's stringing me along. Oh, he's doing this. He's not listening to me. He's ignoring my texts. No. There's only so much I can handle that shit until I'm like, girl, where's your emotional intelligence? I know you have it somewhere. Like, it has to show up. And if you don't have it, you need to go speak to a professional. Because to me, community is not just about when you're going through shit and you're like, oh, I can go to this person and being like, hey, this is happening. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a pattern. Carrie had a pattern. She had a pattern with Big. And the girls were like, we're not saying you can't come to us about, being upset that someone hurt you, or, you need another opinion about something when it comes to your relationship. What Carrie was doing was manipulating her friend group and being like, you guys just don't understand. When they actually did give her valuable advice, she didn't take it. She told them, she gaslit them. She gaslit the girls and was like, you guys just don't understand. You guys just don't understand. Instead of just literally listening to what the fuck they were telling her, Big overrided everything her friends were telling her at times. That's what I didn't like about Carrie. When Big would mistreat Carrie and her friends would tell her, she didn't want to listen to them. But when he actually walked away from her or he didn't give in to her, she would cry to them about it. And she expected them to be there for her whenever he mistreated her. And I didn't fuck with that. Carrie's not a good friend when it comes to boundaries, when it comes to respecting other people's time.
You're at Big's? You and I are having dinner tonight.
Well, he got this veal.
You blew me off for a piece of politically incorrect meat?
And she would get other people involved in her mess. Like, she got Charlotte involved. Like, Charlotte seen both of them coming out of the hotel. And then she wanted to gaslight Charlotte, who was getting married at the time. All right. And Carrie was the other woman. But Charlotte was like, how would you feel if my fiance or my husband cheated on me? You know what I mean? With a woman like you, basically. Like,
I'm getting married in 3 weeks. How would you feel if someone did this to me?
I would kill them.
How could you do this?
people didn't like Miranda because she knew who the fuck she was until she didn't. You know what I mean? And even when she didn't know who she was at times, because we're, you know, we grow and we change our minds, you know, like we're adults, we change our minds about things all the time. But when Miranda had a fault in her dating, and especially with Steve, I felt like Carrie was a little bit judgmental towards that, because Carrie looked at Miranda as being like the know-all. But Miranda was an attorney. So, I mean, like, obviously she has a certain personality about her. She's very matter of fact. Well, Charlotte was always judgmental, you know. I still don't really care for Charlotte's, like, character. But I've grown to like her a little more, but I wouldn't be friends with a Charlotte in real life. I would be friends with a Samantha easily. If anything, I think I see myself more as Samantha with a mixture of Miranda in my 30s right now. I'm not sexually active or anything like that, but as far as I don't give a fuck type of attitude, Samantha got that down packed. I love Samantha's I don't give a fuck attitude. It is so necessary in friend groups these days, I promise you. Miranda used to tell Carrie what the fuck shit was. And I feel like Carrie was like, you're not being a good friend right now. Shut up. Like, girl, if me being honest to you is not being a good friend, then I don't want to be your friend at all. I don't want to be a friend at all. If me being like, hey girl, you know, I love you. You know I love you, girl, but this is my boundaries are telling you I don't want to hear none of that.
I don't want to hear all that.
Either you're going to shit or get off the pot. Either Big is going to respect you or you walk away. And if you choose to be with a man that doesn't respect you, that's your business. Don't come over here complaining about the man that doesn't respect you. Obviously, he's going to do shit that doesn't respect you when he doesn't respect you.
Well,
I just didn't understand Carrie's whole not being accountable for her own emotions and making it all about Big. Big didn't make her dumb. Big didn't make her be stupid in love. And I know a lot of people are like, Big's an asshole. A man is going to be a man as long as he fucking is given that opportunity to be the fuck shit ain't man that he is. Carrie didn't hold Big to a standard that he could follow, right? Instead of taking him as he is, she wanted to change him and make him be this amazing boyfriend, this monogamous, amazing boyfriend that's committed to her. And when she was like, you don't gotta tell your mom or the world, you know, that you choose me.
Just tell me I'm the one. Come on, you don't have to tell your mother or the whole world. Just tell me.
Girl, what type of pick-me, insecure, low self-esteem ass shit is that? You want to be with a man that chooses you, but you don't care if he talks about you to the number one person that means the world to him, which is his mom. By the way, when she decided to show up at that church service where his mom was, I was like, bitch. I don't know if y'all remember that episode, but that shit had me rolling. Like, girl, you're too damn old to be this desperate for a man that clearly doesn't really fuck with you like that. Big never really messed with Carrie like that. I'm not being judgmental on the fact that Carrie made mistakes, you know? Your heart is your heart. You know, your emotions are your emotions. They belong to you. But that's the point. Carrie didn't understand that her emotions belonged to her, and she had full control. Carrie acted like she didn't have any control over her life or her love life when it came to Big. Even sometimes her friendships. I'm like, girl, like, how do you not see that your friends care about you and they're going to tell you the truth? You're not a good friend if you can't be honest with your friends. Samantha, Miranda, and Charlotte, they cared about Carrie so much that they were honest. You guys just don't understand what we have going on. I can't stand a woman that says shit like that. Y'all just don't understand what we got. What you got is shit. What you got ain't shit. What you got is just caca, okay? What you got is bullshit. When Charlotte and Carrie were having that conversation and she's like, the force is bigger than me. And it's like, girl, what force are you talking about? Because there is no force. There's no force. It's just you. It's just you and your fucked up mentality of keeping this man. That's called a weakness. If you can't control the outcome of how someone treats you, what you do is you walk away. You don't sit there trying to have them or try to convince them to respect you. Don't ever try to convince somebody to respect you. That is a waste of time. It's a waste of a life. And Carrie did waste a lot of her good years. I'm sorry. She wasted a lot of her good years chasing that man big. And he ended up dying over a goddamn heart attack at the end of the day. From jump, Carrie should have kept dating. But women like Carrie in their 30s today, we call those pick-me's. We call those male-centered women. We call those male-identified women. We call those pygmishas. You know, we now have names for the type of woman like Carrie. Back then, I'm sure women were like, I don't understand how Carrie has all these beautiful, like, clothes and designer bags and shoes, and you're chasing a Dusty. Like, Big had money. I'm not saying he didn't, but he was still a Dusty. A Dusty with money. Those men exist. When Carrie told Big, I need a sign. I need a sign. I want you to pick me. I want you to choose me. I want you to love me.
So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
And the way that he was so hesitant to tell her, I choose you, it's because he didn't. That was a moment that I did give Carrie some props, was she didn't get into the car with him to go on that vacation they had planned, because she asked him, like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, before I get into the car, do you choose me? Like, do you even like me like that? Like, if not, I don't see the point of even going with you.
I can't do this.
Carrie, so that's it?
And when he said, basically, he didn't say anything, which was him saying a lot. He looked confused, which would have told me he ain't shit to begin with, because why the fuck are you confused that I'm upset that you're not choosing me and I'm about to go on vacation with you? What? You don't got to tell your mother about me. Carrie even gave him an incentive. You don't even have to tell your mother about me. You don't even got to tell the world. You can keep me a secret. As long as I know and you know what we got going on, that's what I needed, which is the bare fucking minimum, sis. Like, that was the bare minimum. Like, I don't need a professional help. I have you guys. Yeah, you have friends that you can go to and talk about your problems, you know, sometimes. Not, you don't want to make it a habit. And that was the point. Carrie made it a habit to constantly talk about Big. Like, I'm sure there's a montage out there somewhere on YouTube of Carrie talking about Big when she's hanging out with her girlfriends. It's too much. It's too fucking much. Too much! And they didn't even have a quote-unquote relationship at the time. It was just a fling or a thing. You mean to tell me that you're putting all this emotional baggage on your friends with a man that you're not even fully in a commitment with? Like, what is the point? I wish a friend of mine would come to me on some bullshit about a man that she's not even in a committed relationship with. Like,
bitch, you better be joking.
I don't care about your sexcapades and how he's not taking you out to dinner and how he's hiding you and he didn't introduce you to his parents. I don't care about none of that shit. I have my own life. Let me know when a man actually respects you and then he all of a sudden switches up. That's fine. But when he was already trash in the beginning, girl, I don't need to hear the rest of it. Every friend does need a Miranda. Miranda is going to give it straight. Even if you may not agree with her, even if she comes across as being bitter. Miranda, for the most part, was the most logical person, I think, in the friend group. Even if she had her faults when it came to Steve, moving him in and getting pregnant when she had so much going for herself. People make mistakes, you know. Miranda had the mistakes that I would like to listen to. Not Carrie. Carrie had the mistakes that were juvenile. You know, she had the mistakes that I would not be as bothered by them if I was in college. But these are grown, adult, working, career women that I just didn't understand the disconnect between Carrie just not getting it. But Carrie, out of all of the girls, had the most, well, Samantha and Carrie had very similar freedoms, like types of freedoms or types of dating habits or dating styles. You know, they participated in hookup culture. You know, Charlotte, not so much. I don't really think Miranda did too much of that. She was more into her career. Samantha and Carrie, you know, were social butterflies. Be honest and transparent about, you know, not wanting a serious committed relationship with a guy, whatever. Carrie had so much free will in her life, and I just didn't understand somebody with that much access to a city like New York City with a wardrobe and an income, a passive income, that she would be chasing a man around like Big. It just didn't make sense. I would be somewhere in France, you know, on a boat having a good time with the French man and then coming back to New York to tell my friends and then going about my life. Like, I just didn't understand chasing a man around a man like Big around New York City. It was just dumb. But yeah, don't be friends with a Carrie. Not in this day and age. You know, like we ain't nobody got time for that shit. Ain't nobody got time to be friends with a pick me. I don't understand it. Especially when you're beautiful. Yeah, Carrie didn't really have good choices in men, which is okay. You know, that's not something to shame a woman for necessarily. You know, people are shitty, you know. But it's what you do after the fact that you learn that man ain't shit. It's what you do after the fact that will make me have a different perspective on you. I mean, the French guy that she was dating, I forget his name. I feel like she did a better job on dumping him than she did with Big, but she also wanted Big during that moment too. So I'm like, girl, like, Big really got a hold on your ass, even though he doesn't really care to have a hold on you. Carrie is a professional victim. And she does not want to be held accountable. She does not want anyone to hold a mirror up to her and being like, this is how fucking clownish you look, chasing a man like that's named Big. Ended up in the same restaurant as him while he's on a date with another woman and calling it just dinner. We're like, get the fuck out of here, girl. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not saying Carrie had to be perfect. Again, I was Carrie in some moments, you know, during the show. We all make mistakes, but Big wasn't a mistake. Those were choices, terrible choices. And that's the only reason why I don't really care for Carrie, is because she couldn't admit, you know what? I made shitty decisions and I keep doing this again. She used to have like these fucking fits, you know. I used to hate them so much. She should just throw her hands up and, I can't do it again. I can't do it again. Oh my God. Oh my God. Pick your head up and pump your fucking heels down the fucking street and look good while doing it. Why are you making this man see you looking like this? That's it. I just wanted to talk about Carrie. Carrie, I don't know why. There was a clip and I was like, let me talk about Carrie, because Carrie actually ain't shit. There's plenty of videos on YouTube of people talking about Carrie and how much of a trash friend she is and how Carrie makes the most terrible decisions when it comes to men. But I wanted to give my perspective and make it a little bit more relatable, that in real life, you don't have to tolerate having friends with people that don't care to hear you out or believe that they can just make you their therapist. No, I'm not your therapist. And if I suggest that you go see a therapist, you don't tell me, I don't need to pay for one when you're mine for free. And we could just go grab drinks and talk about my problems, me. I think the show was meant to be the way that it was. I think the show was meant to be set up in the fashion that we all know a Carrie. Or we all knew a Carrie. I don't know any Carries in my life right now. Thank goodness. I just want strong women around me. Sorry, I do. I want strong, emotional, intelligent, that knows how to use discernment when it comes to dating. If you don't know how to use discernment, if you don't know anything about emotional intelligence, or you can't comprehend that if someone doesn't like you or respect you or wants what you want, you leave them alone. You don't make shit up in your head that, you know, well, maybe if I do this, maybe if I said that, maybe if I dress like this, maybe if I look like this, which is what Carrie was doing. She was compromising herself. She was trying to be this person for Big she couldn't amount up to be in long term, you know, like she was trying to get him to see her when her friends already seen her, which should have been enough. Miranda seen Carrie. But the way that Carrie used to treat Miranda sometimes, she's that honest friend that you fucking need right now. Like, shut up. The fact that Miranda was capable of cutting Steve off, to me, when I felt like she should have, like when he was coming over her crib too much and taking over her space, she laid out firm boundaries. Was Miranda a bitch sometimes? Yes. But was she right? A lot of the times? Yes. And Carrie knew that. I think Carrie used to be mad at Miranda because Miranda used to spit some real shit. Girl, like, you're better than this. What are you doing? Are you dumb? Like, snap out of it. Like, she was being real truthful with the shit. Carrie wanted someone to baby her. She wanted to do whatever the fuck she wanted to do, but yet have her friends not in agreement. You should do that. Yeah, I think you should stay with him too. Yeah. No, ain't nobody gonna do that. And that's the immaturity in Carrie. I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. So, but yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I don't usually wear dark eyeshadow, but today I felt like wearing green. I'm trying on this new palette. I'm not good yet with the blending and shit, so sorry. Shout out to my makeup girlies because I don't know how the fuck y'all do it. But I'm going to keep practicing, and yeah, thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.